And we're back! Welcome to Fetch Quests. My name is Joshua, and in this video, I just kind of wanted to brag a little bit on my endgame team that I used to beat Fire Emblem Engage. As you can see here, it was on normal classic mode. I didn't lose anybody, and it almost took me 60 hours, and I'm 18 hours into a hard mode. By the endgame normal, it just seemed like I was sweeping everyone. But maybe it's designed to be that way. So let's get right into it. There are some units like Panette and even Louis, who you get early game, that I didn't use in my first playthrough. So in my second run on hard, I'm just trying out characters I haven't used before. And also, if I am reusing characters, maybe reclassing them. So there you see Clan as a thief. And previously I had him as a warrior, I believe. But it's a lot of fun. I think this just talks to the replayability of the game and how you can build out and make all sorts of different teams work. So if you saw my last video where I talk about the 3 characters I believe you should reclass, I got a lot of comments of y'all saying, hey, I didn't reclass. I just kind of kept them where the game had them and it worked out for me. And I think that's awesome. There's definitely more than one way to play the game, and I just think that's fantastic. You won't suffer long. Here's my player card. I don't really do much with it, but I think it's kind of cute. My favorite character is Jean, I believe. I just love that archetype. Here's some stats on how many times I deployed a character. You can kind of get a feel for who I use the most. I really enjoyed Vale, but you get her so late game. Aaaaaand, he's a good character. I don't know how I feel about his unique skill, where both you and the opponent get an increase to their hit rate. However, I know many of you use a tanky emblem ring like Ike on Aaaaaand, and it tends to work out. I did that for Tamara. My Tamara had insane defense and resistance, and I paired Ike with her, and she was my just physical, I'll take all the hits kind of tank, and it worked out well. This is the team I ended up using, starting with my main character, Aaaaand, aka Fetch. I kept him as a Divine Dragon. I think my plan is to make Aaaaand either a Wyvern Rider or a Griffin, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. But check out those stats. I mean, he does not disappoint. High strength, even high magic, though I don't depend on magic really. Highest stat being speed, especially with the Byleth ring, but 39 speed. Incredible defense, 32. That's just insane. We've got a rating of 216. Yunaka is such a fun character. I use her pretty much in every battle. I kept her a thief, so that's something I'm going to play around with on my second playthrough. But she finished out with 28 strength, which is pretty high, I think, for a thief. High dexterity and speed. Her resistance was maxed out. Typically, I'd have her undercover. For a big part of the game, I had her with the Corrin emblem ring, so I would throw down fog. So in addition to being a covert unit, having increased avoidance, I had an increased chance to crit. So she was a beast. Lapis was a lot of fun too. I think I want to use her again, but maybe reclass her. Something else, a little more physical and hard-hitting. Though she had really good stats. I mean, she's benefiting from +5 being with the Edelgard emblem ring, but 30 strength, 32 dexterity, 33 speed only because I have the Galadbolg, 19 defense, 17 resistance. Her standard avoid is 95, so she was really good at dodging attacks. So there's my Aaaaaand. As you can see, I mean, his highest stat was 30 speed, which isn't bad, but I guess comparing him to my other units, he had 27 strength, maxed out in dexterity at 22. A good character, just not my favorite. I did really like Alcaris, though I had really bad luck in my level ups. So I ended up getting him to 25 strength, which is impressive to me because it just seemed like every level up, it just did not want to go up. But his dexterity is crazy, his speed too, and pretty tanky with 25 and 18. He's a fun unit. I'm definitely going to use him again my second playthrough. My Chloe was a beast. I actually don't think she has super high growth rates in strength. But as you can see there, she ended with 28. And you just compare that with Alcaris, who had 25. Tamara, who I really liked, who I guess technically has 22 strength, but 25 with her emblem ring. Again, Aaaaaand had 27. So Chloe, without any help in the strength department from an emblem ring, ending with 28. I got really lucky with her. So She was super good. High magic stat as well. But dexterity 33, speed 40. She's incredible. Her avoid is 96 and high defensive. Just honestly, I couldn't see myself not using her a second go around. Definitely one of my favorites. I did use Gold Mary. I like her a lot. I think I just like how flirty she is. No stats in the 30s though, so she was kind of average. Ivy was really good. I was curious on how she would work with Lucina, but you know, it does work with her dual strike, her dual assist. What can I say about Vale? She's good. Being a dragon, I paired her with Corrin to have all those different options when you use Dragon Vein. High stats. I mean, you get her with pretty high stats, but she ended with 34 magic. She's got decent defense, very good resistance, so she can take those magical hits as well. And like I said, I like her as a character. You just kind of get her late game, so that I didn't spend a lot of time with her. All right, now getting into my favorite unit, saving the best for last. These kind of play into my previous video where I talk about reclassing. So I made Clan a warrior. This is because stat growth wise, he's got a higher strength than he does magic. So again, that doesn't mean he won't work as a mage or a sage, but this is just what I did. He is super impressive. High HP with 56. He's got 33 strength, 35 dex, maxed out speed at 35. Pretty tanky with 24 defense and maxed out resistance. It could have gone higher, but I guess the warrior class, he maxed out there at 17. Just really good, really strong. I had him with bows and axes, and then paired with Sigurd, he had access to lances. I really like Clan. Let me know in the comments below if you took my advice from my previous video or if you did your own thing and it worked out perfectly well for you. I'd love to hear. And before we get into my top 2 favorite characters that I used on my first playthrough, it's time for Fetch Questions! Leave your comments below on which one of these 2 you would pick. Would you rather find your true love today or win the lottery next year? I'd love to hear your comments. Leave them below. All right, let's get back to it. Lady Anna, she's awesome. I definitely recommend reclassing her into a mage or a magic class because of her natural growth stat in magic being 50. And you can see here, I mean, she ended with 43 HP, not bad, but 49 magic? Are you serious? She's got stats in the 40s. It could go even higher too. She's only level 15. And, you know, if I did more paralog chapters or skirmishes, I can level her up. But she maxed out in dexterity, speed, and defense. 35, 31, 18. And her resistance is incredible. 37, high luck as well. Look at her rating, 227. She was absolutely a standout for me and is actually the one I gave the pact ring to. Spoiler alert, I apologize. But I gave her the pact ring and we are partnered merchants, I guess. It wasn't a thing like we got married, so I don't want y'all thinking that. Yeah, it says she shared her product ideas to develop her business. I love the artwork. She's such a great character. And now I got to figure out who to give the pact ring to in my second playthrough. If you got any ideas, leave them in the comments below. All right, and to finish it off, you know him, you love him. It's Jean. He's a beast of a character. Let me get to his stats. I made him a halberdier. He's a spear user, so I had him pretty much plowing through everyone with a killer lance +4. But look at those stats. He's got 49 HP, 33 strength. Jean to me is the most versatile character in the game. He'd make a great armored unit. He'd make a great mage. He'd make a great berserker. It doesn't really matter. So I put him as a halberdier, and I think I want to change him into a wyvern rider in my second playthrough. But 33 strength. He actually ended up with 22 magic, which is pretty high. I didn't take advantage of that though. 40 dexterity, 34 speed. And then in defense and resistance, not bad. He actually maxed out his resistance. I couldn't do anything about making that go any higher. 24 luck. He's got a rating of 215. He was so much fun to use. I'd love to hear what y'all made Jean in your playthroughs, because I know the natural progression would be like a high priest or a martial master, which of course he would be great in. You can see his stats there, his rating, how it drops down from a halberdier the way I have him. I really do think it'd be a lot of fun having him as a wyvern knight or even a griffin knight. He'd be really good there too. I don't know, there's so many options. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Let me know your team that you used in Fire Emblem Engage or that you're currently using. I'd love to hear about it. As you know, there's so many different ways to play this game, and mine was just one of them. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to Fetch Quests. I would really appreciate it. I'll continue playing this game and hopefully make some more videos. I just recently got Hogwarts Legacy, so I haven't really thought about making any videos on that one, but for sure I'm going to be playing it. I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Don't forget to go do some fetch quests of your own, because sometimes the rewards are worth it. Bye, y'all.